This is day 380 of Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor upcoming share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, we very greatly appreciate it. Today we're doing Siman Reis Sama Gimel, Aleph through Zayin. And we're back to talking about Halukas Neros. Aleph. Chesed Rambam, Reish Perek Hey. Halukas Neros Shabbos Ein Rishus. Lighting candle Shabbos is not optional. That if you want, you light. If you don't want, you don't light. Bein a mitzvah, and it's not a mitzvah they don't have to pursue like some mitzvahs. It's mandatory. Both men and women are required to have a lit candle in their houses on Shabbos. Even if you don't have what to eat. You go beg from door to door, and you take oil and buy oil with the money that you beg or the oil that you beg, and you light the candles. Shabbos, that is included in the essential component, as an essential component of Oneg Shabbos. You make a bracha before you light. Like you make a bracha on anything, which Rabbanim required you to do. Even though in other Oneg Shabbos don't make a bracha, but to light a candle was an independent takona, says Arukh HaShulchan. Like it says, lighting a candle Shabbos is mandatory. It's the honor of Shabbos, or there's no such thing as a meal which is significant unless it takes place in a place of light. So it's like daytime. Rashi ain't Oneg Shabbos or Kavod Shabbos. The Arukh HaShulchan refers that from Rashi, it's not a question of Oneg Shabbos but of Kavod Shabbos. But I believe there's a brisker Rav on this who says that there's both dinim. And that's what Itaka says in the next paragraph. Beis v'ramatzul perek lam b'choshiv as lokas haner mikavod Shabbos. Because of Sham, the ner doluk v'shulchan aruch. There should be a lit candle and a table set umita mutzas and a bed spread. We said it's a couch. Shekol elu kavod Shabbos and all for kavod Shabbos. And the Arukh HaShulchan, like the brisker Rav, says tzarich l'mar t'avaya yisnu. They both apply. Makom she'ochlim, in the place where they eat, having mikavod Shabbos. It's the honor of Shabbos. In other rooms having Oneg Shabbos. It's a pleasure of Shabbos. You should not stumble when you go there. It says that somebody is bereft of peace. Shabbos is somebody who does not have candles in Shabbos. Because when there's a candle, there's peace. People will not stumble to fall. And since there is the honor and the pleasure of Shabbos, both. We're very stringent about this. Vasul made a mitzvah in of itself to the point we make a special bracha. Furthermore, came with the ladas bahag shizbar have a kabbalah Shabbos laisha madlekas. According to bahag, a woman accepts Shabbos when she lights. There certainly is a bracha. A bracha should be relevant to this. I'm not sure exactly how. I guess in a little baruch hu, perhaps. Anyway, in the brackets he says, Heviu bracha zum Yerushalmi perek on the Beitzo perek aroa shavar nashek shon b'chulei la'adlik ner lechaved Shabbos. There's a girsa evidently that they had in Yerushalmi to light the candle in honor of Shabbos. Ayin shom anilo matzah zeb Yerushalmi. Shulchan did not find this in Yerushalmi. But I tell you, Shabbos is sifkat and alam b'dem welcome achila mikra einek. He says in the place where you eat, it's called Oneg. Arukh HaShulchan says it's covered. It's var t'muim, and the Arukh HaShulchan does not surrender that point to the Tosef of Shabbos. He said the astonishing is against the Rashi and the Rambam. Perek Lamed Sheveinu. Gam Milosha Rambam bekam afilu ein lo mayocham avur she'en okay. Seems the Rambam here evidently that that is not the case. That rather it's, since you would substitute the candle for achila, it can't be that the candle is the oneg is achila, that it is only oneg b'makom achila, because then what's the point of giving up your food for the oneg Shabbos of the candle, right? If you're not going to eat, so it's oneg independent of eating. Kimel. Be'enas active Rashi. You can't infer from Rashi, Shim Ein Ochlim B'Cheder, that if you don't eat in this room, Ein Baruch HaLok, because you don't make a bracha in this cat and lighting. So Rashi Atzmo Kasav Sham, Rashi wrote on the drasha of Tiznach Shom Misham Shima, and so was forsaken a piece. Zohar Lok is never Shabbos. Perush Rashi, the Makom She'ein Ner, Rashi says where there is no candle, Ein Shom, there's no peace. Sholech V'Nichshal, because you're going to stumble, and besides, you go about in darkness. Akam Shalom. V'zeu onek. This refers to onek. Rashi lo tolatam b'achil. So Rashi also did not make a contingent on eating alone. So that's what like you need both reasons. V'od raya for the proof that Rabbeinu Mishum hiksha ech mevarchen hadlaka snare Shabbos. How do we make a bracha and light the candle? So any mitzvah where its performance is not the completion of the mitzvah alone, barchin aleh. You don't make a bracha, gemar mitzvah beis achila. And lighting the candle of Shabbos is not the mitzvah. The mitzvah is that to be there at the time that you eat. Here, the Re says here too, it's a gemar mitzvah. The shamish habayis lisakem hashulchan. Even though it's still light, but it's getting night, and one uses the candle to see how to set up the house and to bring the stuff to the table. However, the mitzvah, he gam l'shim shabayis. So it's a mitzvah not just for the eating, but also for the purpose of the house. Dad, l'chein re'ani yosdaiti isha mevareches. Therefore says Arukh HaShulchan, to me it seems that a woman who lights, in b'chol varach makom she'ochlim, she can make a bracha place that they're eating, vada yosotov. It's only better. But what if in the place of the eating, another woman's making the bracha? She can make a bracha in a room where people are not eating. And a guest in an inn who has his own room, should make the bracha there. You can't make the bracha there, even though he's eating somewhere else. That's what the base says, right? If they light candles in the corner of the house and then you eat in the courtyard, if the candle's not long enough, that they're going to burn till nightfall so that he can come back and have a pleasure from the candles. The bracha because you never derive any oinek from having the candles. Sounds like specifically when you're so far removed from the candles that you're eating in the courtyard, that's the problem. And if you're eating in the house, it's not a problem. It'll move on. It would seem not understandable. What's between the two, whether you're eating in the chotzer or else in the house? But according to what we said, it works out well. The eating in the house after the law, even though it's not complete nightfall, there should be light at the time that you're eating. And the candles only goes that you shouldn't stumble. Only works at night. Then we talk about saying the Kabbalah Shabbos early, he's eating a meal during the light time. Not before night. Even though the light of the day has diminished. So that place is taka a little bit dark, but she shows by there, the way that the light has an effect also before nightfall. In fact, your obligation with that. Mishnah Berurah says it's a mitzvah in amuvchar. It's the best way of doing the mitzvah to make light candles that they will light until night, even if he's going to eat during the day. Hey, Ner Shabbos, Ner Chanukah. Ner Shabbos, the candles of Shabbos like the candles of Chanukah, she mitzvah which is a mitzvah and incumbent on every person's life. And every family is obligated to light the candle. So therefore, a man who's in his house, if his wife lights and makes a bracha, even though he has his own room, and so the bracha, he doesn't have to make a bracha when he lights. In other words, even though he's lighting a candle in his room, he doesn't make a bracha on it. Because his wife makes a bracha for him. Bracha include all the candles in all the rooms. But he still needs to light a candle in his room so he shouldn't stumble when he's eating. When he's walking, sorry. If he's on a road, in an inn, if he's got his own room, he's got to make a bracha, got to light and make a bracha. שהברכה של וייסל בתרס הנר שמוקם אחר לגמרי. The bracha in his house does not exempt him having a candle in another place. Actually, he has the word legamre here. But anyway, if he doesn't have his own special room, he doesn't make a bracha, light nor make a bracha. He says, Shabbos he doesn't have his own room, so therefore he has to he relies that which his wife lit at home. If he doesn't have a wife and he's in an inn, basically boys that go to learn outside their house, or his wife is not alive, so they have to light Shabbos candles in their room and make a brach on it. Elsewhere he has a father and mother lighting for him. Because it's an adult who it's like a householder on his own. And he has the mitzvah of Ner Shabbos. It's not like when he's at a house of his father and mother, actually, when it's included in the family. Because he doesn't have a special room. So he's got to pay money to the Baal Bayis, where he's sleeping. So his his obligation. I'm astounded that that is not the minhag. And in fact, it isn't the minhag, although I've had people come to my house for Shabbos, particularly Eidot HaMizrach, so I guess Rav Avadia might be meticulous about this, who do give money to us, to Mishtatef in the mitzvah of lighting candles. But I have not seen elsewhere this minhag prevalent at all. The Mishnah Berurah writes, even if your room in the inn is only to sleep there and eating elsewhere, you have to light candles there, which will have to be long enough that when you come to that room at night, you can enjoy them. Otherwise, it's a bracha batova. Mishnah writes, if the Baal Bayis is supposed to be makneh a portion of the candle to the guest without receiving money for it. Mishnah also writes that when the Baal Bayis or the Baal Bayis lights, she should have in mind to be motzi everybody in their bracha. And they should also have in mind to be yotzi with the bracha, even though they don't necessarily hear it. Mishnah Berurah also writes that if the Baal, that's my editorial remark, because usually the men are not there to see it being lit. Mishnah Berurah also writes that the Baal Bayis is there. If the Baal Bayis is there with them, they don't have to give money, since their own wives don't have them in their house. But when the Baal Bayis is not there with them and lighting anyway, when the Baal Bayis is not with them, they have to join. Oh, I see what he's saying. What we're saying if the Baal Bus of the house in which we're all staying is present, then they don't have to be mishtatef with Beprite, because automatically the Baal Bayis is lighting for everybody who's present. But if the person who's lighting is not the Baal Bayis, or the Baal Bayis is not present, so then you have to be mishtatef with whoever is doing the actual lighting. Yes, let's do that over again. It sounds from the Mishnah Berurah that if the Baal Bayis is there, it's not a hotel, but it's you're in a private house, and the wife of the Baal Bayis is lighting, then that counts for everybody who's staying there. You know, if you wish to wear priti. But, as long as their own wives are lighting for them at home. In other words, they're yotzi the mitzvah at home with their wives, and here they're the Baal Bayis lighting for them. But when the Baal Bayis is not from there, so then, and one of them is lighting, so then they have to be mishtatef prite with each other. That seems to be what the Mishnah Berurah is saying. Vav, Chasar Rabbeinu Beis Yosef Siv Ches. Shnayim o shlosha ba'abatim shochlim b'makam echad. You have two or three householders eating in the same place. Some people say shekol echad merecha menorah shelo. Each one has to make a bracha on his own menorah. Ish gam gadover. Those are not sure. V'nachon yizaher v'savek brachos v'lei barachel echad. It's probably be careful of savek brachos, and only one of them should make a bracha on Akal Hashono. Chasar Rabbeinu Ramah Aval Ano Ein Noagim Kain Akal Hashono. That's not our custom. Biad Varim Anir Ali. what does it mean? They come to light at the same time. They can all make a light and make a bracha. Like every mitzvah, which is incumbent on every Jew, like Ner Chanukah, where everybody makes a bracha when they light. Now, what if one lit first, and then somebody else comes to light afterwards? The second opinion holds, so maybe a bracha for naught. There's no obligation on the second person to light. Or, says Brian mitzvah for the light. We can't variation, or here there's already light. Unishimu tell us. Allah mitzvah. Granted, he has the mitzvah. He can't fulfill it because the mitzvah is already fulfilled here. There you show us the best. The mikra shagam hu mekayim mitzvah zu. So the first opinion holds that he's also mekayim this mitzvah. Even though he's lighting after there's already light, he should read it. Or because the more candles there are, the more light there is. Or more light there is. Mitzvah. The mitzvah is expanded. Shalom bayis, peace and happiness. We hold like this opinion that the expanded happiness is worthy of bracha as well. The Mishnah says if a person has his own room where he's, even though he's not eating there and he's just sleeping there, he certainly can make the bracha in his own room regardless. But here's about everybody's lighting in a central location. Rabbeinu Beises the Beises is concerned with the second opinion. And that is why by Sfardim, when they go as guests, they don't light candles. Only they're mishtat beprite, but they don't light candles themselves. I feel they were short, but even first opinion, interesting chumrah. They should not use the same candelabrum, which has many candles. But time meaning the menorah chasma or nisvasei, because with one candelabrum, very little light is added. Low koshkin certainly, low chayin is not the case. Shekol malik menorah now, so everybody lights in their own independent menorah. Which says some people leaning about this. The Pri Megadim says poor women that only have one candelabrum can rely and light it in one candelabrum. It brings down a bracket much. Well, what the source for that would be. The women on the night go to the mikvah in shul, not at home. Let's say okay, we don't have such a minute. Let's say by us they wash in the morning. Mechinos prepare themselves for dunking. It's erev ochar lokas neos ochos mikvah, and at night after they light candles they go to the mikvah. Evidently that didn't work, and so they're going to have wrong. Zayin alanoshim mutalos mitzvahs ubiyoser. This mitzvah is more incumbent on women. Like it says, sholosh averos and 3 sins uchulei. Hashem zirus b'ni v'chav lokas, and their women are expire if they're not careful about nida chala and lighting candles. But atam because the Rambam shomim nation mitzvahs b'bayis oskos mitzorchei bayis. Rambam writes a nice practical reason because they are prevalent at home and they're involved in the needs of the home. Medrash Isa, Medrash says, Mishnah Orashol Olam. Adam was the light of the world. Ner Hashem Nishmas Adam. The candle of God is the neshama of Adam. V'hi Shilo, and she caused him to fail. Beit Hadas, becomes the Ner Shalom, and she extinguished the light of the world. V'yichah mitzvah b'ner Shabbos, therefore she has a mitzvah of the Shabbos candle. The kapara al orsha kapsa, to atone for light she extinguished. I feel about rotza alik, even if the husband wants the light, b'choltim b'chos b'yodo, she can refuse to allow him to do so. Which the word says, it's still best for the man to fix the candles ahead of time. And if there are a lot of candles, he can light some of them himself. I guess more than, today would be more than the members of the family. It's interesting, it says here, I don't think any, well, let's see. Anita, even she's Anita, Chol Levarik, Moshe Sam Leil Simon Peches. Levad Yoledes B'Shabbos Rishonim B'Stam. I never heard of this. That Yoledes, Yoledes, the first Shabbos, which is not clean. Her Yibarach Habal, the husband should make the bracha. Never heard about that. Wow. I'm, I'm not sure which Benos Yisrael is referring to. It's like Lubavitch that the unmarried girls like. I assume it's like the married daughters. Even when they're by the mother. Even though a husband doesn't like himself, relies on his wife's bracha. Because the obligation is only on the family, not on every individual. Women, since they are especially mandated in this mitzvah, each one makes a bracha. Each one's best should make a bracha in their own room. At least two should not lie in the same menorah, as we said previously.